Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Court Farms Country Park, and specifically episode 15 of my Let's Play series. So, I hope you're all doing well and having a nice day. I've just come to have a quick check on the lettuce tunnels and the field of soybeans, which is looking pretty good for our September-October harvest in a month or two's time. Looking alright, isn't it? And we've got another few pallets of lettuces spawning here. Now, I think these tunnels hold maybe 3 or 4 full pallets of lettuces here. So I'm gonna, what I plan on doing, just to save mucking about, I'm gonna let these completely fill up till we've got a good chunk of pallets to sell, and then we'll make a few quid from that. Now, before we carry on, something a little bit different. I suppose it's just a bit of a shameless promotion, as it were, but I've very recently become a Giants partner. So I now have a promotional code attached to me in respect of making purchases from the Mod Hub. So if there are any of you who are interested in making a purchase for any of the DLC packs or add-on packs, or even the game itself, or any of the season passes or any of that, if you're looking to make or interested to make one of these purchases, in the video description below, there will be a handful of links to each individual pack, DLC, whatever it might be, that has my promotional code FARMERSIM attached to it. So if you are in the market for doing anything like that, for making a purchase, and you fancy helping a content creator out, I'd be very grateful. So yeah, as I say, the links are in the video description below. And yeah, so thought I'd let you know that. So, what's on the cards today? Right, well, I've actually just been down in the village. Firstly, if I just bring up the heads-up display, you will firstly see that I'm now sat at £61,107, and that's on from the end of the last episode. That is because I have just found 28 collectibles, still down in the village, down in the in all the back gardens, and it's predominantly the back gardens. There doesn't seem to be much in the front gardens, but I was just down there, and I saw one, and before I know it, I was picking them up one after the other, literally seconds after each other. 28 of them I found, so I've just gained £28,000, which I'm not going to whinge at. So yeah, £61,107, so that's awesome. As you will also see, as per usual, I have taken on another contract, Field 100. It is a harvesting contract. I think it is a field of oat, if I just click into the menu here. Yep, field of oats, yes, Field 100. Now that is, sorry, back into the menus again. Where are we? Field 100. There we are. So it's just off the main track here, opposite. I think this is where the pub is actually. So yeah, Field 100. We're gonna get cracking with that at some point today. It is 11:15 in the morning. I did sleep until August. I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning, as per the game, as per how it does. And I have been, for the last several hours, I have been mincing around with my microphone settings, trying to get them just right. I have been aware that ever since I've started doing this YouTube thing, I've tried my best to get my voice sounding as good as possible. And I took some advice from the internet regarding OBS and microphone settings, and I had a handful of filters fitted, what the word is that? I had some filters installed on OBS, one of them being a compression filter, I think it was, and that it was actually that was causing me a whole heap of problems. So I was finding that the beginnings and ends of some of my words would cut off, and it was very difficult to get right, getting all the noise gate settings correct and stuff. So I've literally just been mucking around with them for, as I say, the last several hours, and before I knew it, the game has progressed from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11:15, and that's just been me getting absolutely nowhere. But hopefully, what I actually done is I've removed that compression filter, and all of a sudden my voice seems to sound much better. It's a little bit harder to control the actual volume of my voice. I appreciate that. I've got quite a large, deep voice, as it were. Got a good set of lungs on me, I suppose, so I can be quite loud. So I do need to be mindful of controlling the volume of my gob. But yeah, I think I've managed to solve the problem of some of my words cutting out at the very beginning and at the very end, and sometimes when I say F's and S's and C's, sometimes they seem to cut out sometimes, and it's been driving me up the wall for the last few months. So anyway, yeah, enough of that waffle. Hopefully my just the general sound of my words and my voice sound a little bit better. Right, anyway, I need to mulch my fields. On top of the harvesting contract that we've got to do there, I want to get my new mulcher into the fields. Now, if I just very quickly take a run over... Ooh, they need mucking out, don't they? Sort that out at some point. Yeah, all the fields that we harvested have now got weeds growing in them. Now, I'm going to get my mulcher in here, because I'm pretty sure that's good for my precision farming score, I think, isn't it? I think. I'm not too sure. Again, I've never really used a mulcher before in the game either. I've been playing the game since the day it came out. I was playing FS19 for almost since that first came out as well, so I'd like to think I am quite experienced in the game itself, but when it comes to the fine details, I am a bit of a noob, I'll be honest, so I even now, several years down the line, I am still learning. So anyway, I'm hoping that running the mulcher in this field will rid it of the weeds. I don't know if it will or not. We'll only find out when I stick it on the back of the tractor and get it running in here. That tractor in question will be the Fendt, because it's the biggest one, and I think that mulcher does have a bit of mass behind it. So, yeah. And also, what I've done, I just had a bit of a sort out around the farm. I just moved a few things around. It kind of felt like moving a room around of furniture that you've had in the same place for a while. It's quite a nice feeling. So I've stuck the baler here. I've stuck the forage trailer in there. I've moved the bags of seed and lime that we had in here over to here, just to put like this is where I keep like the front loader implements and the scanner, and this is where I'm going to keep the seeds and the lime for now. Massey can live here for a bit. I've stuck the manure trailer and slurry tank in here. Obviously the Ford's still where it is. None of these things have changed, and nothing's changed in here. But I have put the... What did I put round here? I think it was the weeder, that's right. I've stuck the weeder around here. So in this little shed here, I suppose this is essentially grass work stuff, apart from the weeder, which can be used in any field. I appreciate that. And I am also still curious to know whether I need to remove this levelling board off this weeder in order to perform basic weeding tasks. We will find that out at some point. I don't know whether I want to risk messing up a little patch of field by trying it out. So I might try it out at a point where I can just save and exit. Just exit the game and then undo any mistake I might have just made if that levelling board does affect a basic weeding job. But anyway, we'll figure that one out for myself when I get nearer to the time of doing that. So let's jump in the Fendt. I can waffle, can't I? I appreciate that. Right, so let's get the mulcher attached to this wee beastie. Right, in we go. It doesn't look particularly big, I know, but when I think it does have a mass of about 2.7 tons. So let's get that. Does it have cables? It doesn't have a PTO, does it? Let's lift it up. There we go. Right, so we're going to try... Which field should we do first? Doesn't really matter what field we do first, does it? So I think we'll have a go at this one. Field 109, I think. Let's get it unfolded. Decent work width on it, and I think this Fendt does seem to cope with it quite well. Right, so we'll drop that down. Oh, it does. It seems to get rid of the weeds. I've just seen one disappear. That's good to know. Let me just jump out and have a quick look. Yeah, weeds have gone. So if I go over here, weeds, small, even though it doesn't signify what machine or implement I can use to remove them. But if I go over here, gone. Now if I jump into the menu, the field menu here, where are we? We are in field 109. Yep, so that's now bringing up mulched. I'll get rid of the mulched thing just for now. Yeah, there's no green in the little area that we've just passed on. So that's good news. Right, excellent. Happy with that. Brilliant. So I'm going to crack on with these 3 fields, getting them all mulched and de-weeded. I'm glad of that, because that means I've got 2 jobs done in one. So yeah, I'm going to crack this on. I'm going to go into a bit of a cinematic and get all these 3 fields done in one go, in a bit of a montage, and I shall see you all very shortly when all these are done. Right, there's 2 of them done. I'm really quite happy with this mulcher. It works really, really well. It's got rid of every single weed in the field, and I've made sure of that because I've jumped into the menu, into the PDA, just to make sure there isn't a single spot of green in either of these 2 fields. So they're looking splendid and ready for a re-drilling. And thankfully, the seeder we have, that the Sulky P100, that is a direct drill. So give this a coat of lime. I'll be ready for the next crop, which I'm not necessarily going to do all 3 with the same, but I know at the minute I am within the window of opportunity to plant canola. So I think I am going to pop canola into one of these fields. But anyway, for now we're going to crack on. We're just going to get this next one done here off camera. That done quickly, and then I shall pick you all back up, and that's done. You know what? While he's working away, I think I'm going to use my time wisely. I'm not just going to sit around and wait for that to finish. I think I'm going to get the combine set up and send it over to Field 100 to start that job. And while I'm doing that, I just thought I'd give you my usual quick waffling update, just to let you know how things are going on around the farm since the last episode. As you know, we ran the grass leveler in here and spread lime and spread the slurry, and it is doing very well. It looks lovely. It's growing again perfectly. Expected yield 99%. Now, if I run over to the far end of the field over there, the expected yield rises to 123 because that's the loam. At the minute we're in the sandy loam, so I think we're at the maximum we can get from this particular type of soil. So yeah, this is all tickety-boo. So I'm very, very happy with that bit of work we got done last episode, sorry. Used up pretty much all of the slurry. There was about 5,000 litres left in this, but I popped it into the slurry spreader. So that's got a bit in it. Now there was one thing that was a bit frustrating. One of the reasons why during the montage that I made of the slurry spreading, I wanted to film it filling up and coming in here and coming around here and filling up and stuff. But I think the trigger on this slurry pit is actually really quite wide, because as the fent was coming in on this side, heading in this direction to turn around in that little circle there and come alongside the slurry pit to fill up, it was actually detecting it here, and it was stopping here on this side and filling up, which I know is no big deal whatsoever, but yeah, I haven't actually seen that before when I've been running auto drive and stuff on any map. In fact, such a massive detection point for the fill point. So yeah, that was that. The cows are doing all right. Obviously, they always are. They're fine. They've got plenty of food. As we know, they don't go through it very, very fast. They've produced 546 litres of milk today. I think I got about 1,200 quid at 6 o'clock this morning, or when the game woke me up at 8 o'clock when I slept. So yeah, we're making about 1,200 quid a day, basically, give or take a bit, with the amount of cows we have. They do need mucking out. I need to get that done. Oh, and also we've got another 20 lambs or sheep. The game doesn't specify whether they're lambs or sheep, do they? But we've now got 80 of them. That happened at first thing this morning as well when I woke up in August. So that's good. So they're going to be, I suppose they're going to be producing a bit more wool for me. They're still fine for food. Again, these guys don't go through it very quickly. It's just I don't know why, but well, I'm not going to moan. Hello, mate. Happy there. So yeah, they've what have we got here wool-wise? We've got 2 full pallets, so that's 2,000 litres. Yeah, and 203 litres, so 2,203 litres of wool. That's not so bad. The prices are quite good for wool, but it's per tonne. Obviously, that's based on what I've got my game set at. So if I pop into the menu here, scroll down to wool, there we go. So we've got top dollar there is in April at £11,013 per tonne. So that'd obviously be 10 or 11 of these, wouldn't it? So, well, yeah, 10 of these to make a ton. So, yeah, that's, I think we'll let that build up, because we're all right for money right now. We've got 61, just over 61 grand, which is lovely. Anyway, my typical waffle. I'll get myself jumped into the harvester. Let's jump in here. I am going to send this via auto drive, of course, but I'm going to send it out I'll drive it out the main gate myself. I think I am going to follow it a little way just to make sure that it gets there, because I think this will actually make it into the field itself. And the field has got one of those gates. It's got one of these narrow wooden gates here, which is slightly narrower, I think, than the metal ones. But it's pretty much a straight access. So field 100, yep, off you go. It is a very noisy thing, this, isn't it? So I do beg your pardon for the volume of it. I do have the volume of the machinery turned down to 50-odd%, I think. But this thing itself, it just has this very loud noise to it. But it's right, it would have. It's a combine harvester. They're very, very noisy. What have I just done there? I jumped out of the combine, got stuck in a wall. Apologies, viewers. That's a bit easier on the ears, isn't it? If I just jog behind it. Right, well, I'll catch you up in a minute. I'm going to... I'll catch you up as it's pulling into the field, and I'll just show you whether it's been successful or not. So, here it is. Please don't let me down. I know it does have a wide berth when turning, but these are double gates. Oh, successful. Right. But this is where it matters in this case. Will this great big thing squeeze through the wooden gate at the end? It did do it for me when I was testing it. Almost perfect. I guess I'm going to have to pretend that I've got to pay the farmer some money for repairing his gate post. Ah well, I guess that's as good as it gets. That'll do though for now. Although it's all very well getting it to the field, but I actually need to. I'm actually going to load up with the header in the neighbouring field, which has been harvested. So we shall just let that sit there for now. Let's turn that off, you noisy thing. Let's pop back over here. We shall pick up the Massey and pick up the header trailer and get that over there, and we will get that job started as well. And hopefully the sun's going to come out at some point today in the game. It's due to come out at about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a bit grey and overcast at the minute, so it does appear to be quite dull. There we go. Lovely stuff. Yeah, this thing doesn't like tight corners either, does it? So, just send this one on its way. Field 100. There we go. Right. I shall see you all in a second when that's got to where it needs to get to. Here it is. I'll have a bit of a bird's eye view from up here, see what it looks like as it's approaching in. Can't imagine this is going to successfully get itself into the field. Again, I know I don't need to do this. I'm actually going to be pulling it right back out again, but this is just me being OCD and just checking that the auto drive caught. Ooh, that was a bit of a bump as well. I guess I've got to repair that side of the gate post as well. Right. Anyway. Let's get this hooked up to the harvester and get it running. And we're off in field 100. This contract started. So, I'm going to throw this into another bit of a cinematic, I think. And I'll catch you all in, I don't know, half an hour or so, I think. So, see you soon. Right. So that's the harvesting job all done. Just giving the combine a quick clean, as you can see. Everything's back at the farm. I've sent the Ford. It's actually on. It should be on its way back from the shop any second now. In fact, let me just get this reversed up so I'm not talking over the volume of that thing. Forgive me, everybody. Yeah, the Ford should be on its way back now with the bale trailer. We've just been to the shop and I've forked out a few quid on 4 bags of seed, 4 bags of lime and another pallet of fertiliser just to stock up. I know I do have a little bit here. We've got 2 bags or 1.5 bags of seed, I think, here. 1 and a bit. Where are we? We got there 610 litres, 1,000 litres and 265 litres of lime there. There is a bit of lime left in the spreader itself, but I figured while I've got a bit of money in the bank, I shall stock up. Yes, and here it comes. So, yeah, we got, what did we make on top of the harvesting contract? We received, I think it was, yeah, £1,603 we got from the extra crop that we got from that job. So, yeah, and it was 4,000 and something for the contract. And I suppose I have just spent most of that replenishing my stock of lime, seed and fertiliser, but needs must, it's got to be done. So next on the agenda is I do need to muck out the cows. I need to get that done. I'm going to stick the front loader and the I don't have a pallet fork for the front loader, do I? I think I'll just use the bale spike. It'll get them off, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm going to put canola into field 59. Oh, and sorry, another quick thing. I've actually now got 8 straw bales onwards from the last episode where I put 6 aside in here. When I sent the last full trailer load over to the shop, there was 2 of them hidden around the corner. So we've now actually got 8 straw bales to fall back on for the cow barn. Right, yeah, but this field, the field 59, this is the one I'm going to put some canola into, and we can do that right away. So no time like the present. We're going to keep busy. It's only 2:10 in the afternoon, so we've got a good few hours left of the day. Yeah, this one. So we'll get a fresh crop in there. Be good for the soil, bit of crop rotation and all that. I'm not too sure still what I'm going to pop in these ones. Well, this one here and field 109 over the hedge here. But we'll figure that one out. So I'm going to crack on here, get a bit of tidying up done. I'm going to get this trailer unloaded. In fact, what I might just do is jump in here. Let's unstrap everything. There we go. So let's get this thing hooked up to the front loader and use the bale spike to try and remove the bags off the trailer. I know it's probably not the best thing to do. I suppose I do need to invest in a pallet fork. But all in good time. I'm sure it'll manage. So, I'll see you in a few seconds. Well, as it happens, it turns out that the bale spike is actually quite good for lifting big bags, but I can't actually get this big bag into the seeder. Even if I let it do that and go into the fent, it's not actually unloading. The front loader can't lift the bag high enough. That's a bit annoying. I was hoping to just do that with a bit of realism to it. But yeah, the bale spike does pick bags up just fine. And pallets for that matter. But I suppose we're just going to have to do it the boring way, unfortunately. But yeah, I've just been loading everything up. There we go. So we can do it that way. So now we're full of fert, full of seed there. So we can... But we need to lime first. So I'm just going to drop that down there. And disconnect. There we go. I'll just shift this bag of seed out the way. Right, where are we? I got it right first time before. Now I'm doing it on camera. There we go. Right. Right, we shall just pop this here where I've put all the others in a nice neat row. Just drop that there for now. Right, so I'll tidy all this up in a wee while. Right. Let's connect up the lime spreader, and I think I'm actually going to do all 3 fields, just get them done in one go. Because it's not going to take long, is it? The lime spreader's got a huge throw on it. It'll take literally minutes, hopefully, to get all 3 done, and looking at the precision farming menu. There we are. Nope, wrong one. This one. pH values. All the fields are pretty good anyway for lime, so they're only going to need a top-up. But that top-up is still worth doing. Make sure that we get the right yield. So let's lift that thing up. We'll do this one first, even though I'm still not too sure what I'm going to put in this field crop-wise. Still going to get it done, so we'll bring that up. Let's get rid of the course play menu. We don't need that. Right. Let's have it. Hopefully this shouldn't go down anywhere near as quick as it did the first time. He says. No, it really shouldn't, should it? But yeah, it's not going to take long to get these done. Although it is going down. These fields do drink it, don't they? Look, we're at 85 already. Good job I've just stocked up on the stuff. And this is the smaller of the 3 fields. But that's got to be done though, hasn't it? It's got to be done. I do have the automatic application rate, so it is putting down exactly what it says it needs. Make sure we don't miss any bits around the edge. Goodness me though, we're almost down to 50% already. I really didn't think it'd take that much. Wow. Ooh, missed a bit on the edge there. We'll get that in a second. Go. Looks like it's going to be almost exactly 60%. 61% of that we used. Goodness me. Wasn't expecting that much. There we go. Right. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to crack on and get those other 2 fields sorted with lime. I'm going to pop back over there and top this one up. And I'll pick you all back up in a few minutes when it's all done. Right, pH values back to perfect. Bring up the menu very quickly there. There we go. Excellent stuff. We've almost used up most of the stuff we've just bought, which was a good job I bought it, I guess. We are currently 22% left in the hopper. But, as I said before, needs must. You've got to have it. So, let's get this lot back to the yard. We shall drop the lime spreader. Do you know what? I might actually... No, I'm not. I was going to top up the lime spreader with the lime that we've got left over there, but no. I think I'll just leave it for now. So let's stick this back where it belongs, neatly in the corner. Oops, excuse me. Drop that down. There we go. Get the seeder hooked up. There we go. Spin it around and we'll get it in the field and get drilling. So I'm just going to get this one done off camera. So it might take a wee while. It's only a narrow seeder, I guess. So I'll see you in a wee while. Awesome, all done. Looks really good, don't you think? So, if I bring up the menu, as you'll see now, it's telling us that weeds are growing, so I'm going to need to run my weeder, and of course it needs a rolling. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to run the weeder first, and then I'll run the roller last, because it leaves a much nicer texture, I find. But what I do plan on doing, I'm going to run a quick test. As you know, we've got the leveling board attached to the weeder, so I'm going to get it into the field. I'm going to save the game, and then I'm going to drop it down onto the ground and see what it does to it. And if it messes anything up, then I'll just drop out the game without saving, and come back in and go from there. But that's the plan for now. Thank goodness I have a plan. Right, let's drop that down. Go. Excellent. Right, okay, so we're going to run the Massey for this one, because it can run the weeder perfectly well. Right, okay. And I think, where's the weeders around the back in the other shed near the back of the cow barn, isn't it? Yeah. I am hopeful that I don't have to take the leveling board off, but we shall see. I've got a funny feeling that it might do something that I'm not expecting, but excuse me here. It's thankfully this barn with its tight turning spots doesn't have any collisions on the poles. Right. Let's get out of here. Down to the field. Mustn't forget to save it. Right, so let's stay there for a second. The menu, save the game. Right, let's get this unfolded. Then once these two jobs are done, the weeding and the rolling, then that's this field completely boxed off then till next harvest time, so that's great. I'm thinking for a bit of crop rotation again, and for a bit of variety in both the remaining fields, I'm going to potentially do wheat and barley. Right, anyway, moment of truth. There we go. Oh, I don't think it's causing us a problem. Let's just jump out very quickly. I've got speed walk on, haven't I? Oh, excellent. Canola. Oh no. It's not doing anything, is it? It's still saying weeds are growing. Oh, but it's not there. Strange, isn't it? And it's not there. Well, the levelling board is definitely not causing us a problem anyway. It's not removing the canola out the field and roll, you know, so I think I'm alright with that then. Why does the still say that there's weeds growing though? It's a bit patchy in places. Right, do you know what? I'm going to, as I always do, I'm going to stick this onto a course plate. I'm going to try and get a good chunk of the field done, and then I shall establish whether the weeds are still growing. I think it's going to work, because it seems to have disappeared in patches. Like there. Right. Okay. So, as always, I will pick you... If this is successful, I will pick you all back up when both the jobs are done, and then... Because we're getting on a bit now, it's 3:45. It'll take half an hour or so to get this one done, get the roller hitched up, and get that done as well. So, yeah, I will crack on, and I'll see you all very shortly. Right, that's worked a treat, it really has. I'm very glad that I didn't have to remove the levelling boards. Not that it was going to be any skin off my teeth or anything like that. It was going to be just a case of drop it into the workshop and remove it and put it back on if I needed it. But it would seem, at the minute, for this field initially, that I don't have to do that. It seems to have worked. It's got rid of all the weeds. Don't have that little blue message popping up in the field info box anymore, so that's all good and proper. So we're going to get this into the yard. What I'm going to run the Ford with the field roller, and I think just for a little bit of variety, I'm going to throw that into a time lapse. I don't do many time lapses, so I'm going to have another stab at one of those. So, yep, we'll get that loaded up, hitched up into the field, get working, and I will pick you all back up when the Ford has finished its job in here and the field's rolled, and then I think it'll be the video will be ending shortly after that, I think. So. I shall see you all very soon. There you go, you see. Got it all prepared. Right, there we go. All done. Field boxed off. Ready for harvest next season, I guess. There's not much we can do in this field now. All the wheels are... Oh, all the weeds are gone. It's rolled. It's drilled. It's mulched. Yeah, perfect. So, oh, an expected yield, 123% there. That's exactly what we want to see. So, yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a busy day. 4:45 in the evening now. The sun's out finally, which is nice. I think, yeah, it's been a good day. We've earned some money. We've done a harvesting contract. We've spent some money stocking up on some seed and some fert and some lime. But as I say, most importantly, we've got one of the 3 fields done, so that's good. And I think going forward, for a bit of variation, I'm going to stick a bit of wheat and barley in these remaining 2. But I think I'm going to call it here for this video, everyone. There's that bug again. Me in the tractor. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, everybody. I really hope you've enjoyed the video and found it a bit of fun and interesting. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I do things, please hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way to helping my channel grow. And as always, if you've liked the video, everyone, if you can, hit that like button and leave me a comment if you've got any ideas or suggestions for me. So, I shall catch you all in the next video.